WBNG TV. This is Action News at 5:30.
Thousands gathered to say goodbye to a trooper killed late last week in the line of duty.
He's from as far as Alaska and Florida are here to pay final respects to Trooper Christopher Skinner.
We'll look at the brotherhood of state police and what it means to mourn the loss of a member. Well, welcome back. I'm Dave Graber. After more than an hour, the funeral service for New York State Trooper Chris Skinner came to a close earlier today at the First Baptist Church in the town of Union. Now, as you just heard, family and friends of Trooper Skinner say they'll remember him as a devoted state trooper, a hardworking farmer, and a loving father, son, and brother. The funeral brought together law enforcement from as far as Alaska and Florida. Trooper Skinner's sister, Air Force Major Julie Skinner Dillon, said her brother was a man who will always be there to pull you out of a ditch or to give you his love. Those who worked closest to Skinner said he lived up to the idea of a devoted member of the law enforcement community.
He was a letter of the law type of trooper. He was all business, by the book. He took ownership of that area, clearly sent the message to motorists that speeding and other forms of reckless driving weren't going to happen in the work zone while he was on post.
Chris, you will be greatly missed by your Tim's family. Your boots will be hard to fill. You're an integral part of our team, and it will never be the same without you, especially your quirky sense of humor. Goodbye, my friend. May your legacy live on. For the last time, I'd like to say, C-103 Sydney, C-103 out of service, end of tour, Shield 4682.
People said their final goodbyes to a man who was well loved for his work, but also his kindness and friendship, both on and off the job. As the more than 1,000 mourners left the First Baptist Church today, Trooper Skinner took his final drive from the First Baptist Church to the Shenango Silent Cemetery. Well, among the crowds of people at Trooper Skinner's funeral was more than 1,000 law enforcement members from all across the country and even Canada. Our Kelly McCarthy tells us how the support for a fallen trooper crosses state lines. Kelly.
Dave, law enforcement traveled from across the country to stand in formation during Trooper Christopher Skinner's funeral. News of this death traveled quickly across the country and brought more than 1,000 of his brothers and sisters to the First Baptist Church in his honor. They all wear slightly different uniforms, some in different colors and wearing different state badges, but all donning the shield to protect and serve. When a member of law enforcement is killed in the line of duty, the Brotherhood refers to it as traveling the long gray line that follows to pay their respects.
We all feel as a family in law enforcement. We're very tight-knit, and we kind of feel that pain no matter what agency loses it. Loses a trooper or loses a police officer.
State lines don't really mean much when it comes down to, the bottom line here, which is the ultimate sacrifice.
Troopers remember their fallen comrades with each step they take. The colored stripe down the side of all uniforms is to honor those lost in the line of duty. Trooper Christopher Skinner was the 5th line of duty death for state police in the last 10 months. In all, there have been 38 local law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. That now includes Trooper Skinner as well as Johnson City Police Officer David Smith, who was shot and killed in March.
All right, Kelly, thanks very much. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo also attended the service for Trooper Skinner today. Cuomo stood outside the First Baptist Church as the hearse arrived. Once the flag-draped casket was carried in and the family was seated, Cuomo then walked to them, first shaking the hand of Skinner's sister, Air Force Major Julie Skinner Dillon, and her husband. She brought the governor over to meet the rest of the family, and he was seen meeting with them for several minutes. Skinner is also survived by his mother Sharon, his brothers Sean and Jason and their wives, also his 2 children, Kyle and Aaron, his fiancee Serena, and her son Ethan. The FBI is encouraging parents to download an app that could be a lifesaver. The smartphone tool is designed to help report a missing child. CBS's Paula Reed is in Washington with the latest.
FBI Special Agent Timothy Gallagher has been working on missing child cases for more than 20 years.
The first few hours when a child goes missing are absolutely critical. And the information which we need to obtain many times has to come directly from the parent.
And it can be tough getting an accurate description from panicked parents.
I remember working these cases 15 years ago where we had, you had to go to a parent who they just lost a child and they were, fishing around for pictures or trying to remember what their, what their height and weight and descriptors of their child is.
Now there's an app for that. the FBI's Child ID app. Since its launch, more than 140,000 people have downloaded it to their smartphones and tablets.
With just one touch, parents can send recent photos of their missing child, along with key details such as height and weight, to thousands of law enforcement officers.
If your child is to go missing, with one press of a button, this information is transmitted quicker than you can dial 911.
What's attractive about it is that it sounds like the process of searching for your child seems to begin immediately.
The FBI is encouraging parents to download the free app as kids start their summer activities. Paula Reed, CBS News, Washington.
Now, the FBI says it does not collect or store any information entered into the app.
Here's a look at high temperatures today. We were in the, anywhere from mid-80s to even mid-70s. 75 in Binghamton, 85 though in Oneonta, 85 in Walton, 85 in Elmira, 78 in Owego, and 83 in Ithaca. Today will probably be the last really warm day. Well, I shouldn't say that, but at least the really humid day of the next several. Pollen levels for tomorrow: tree pollen in the moderate category. Also, grass pollen has bumped up into the moderate category as well. We'll be talking about the rest of your forecast coming up.
All right, Howard, thanks. So to come here on Action News.
Panera says its food will be made of nothing but clean ingredients. I'm Allison Harmon with all your business news coming up.
Also coming up after the break, are you a woman who's been a victim of domestic violence? What steps should you take? We're going to break it all down in tonight's Lawyers on Call next.